Hello! I'm in the process of ruining my YouTube channel with political statements. So, let's talk about tokenism. Tokenism is probably the worst way of fake wokeism you can do. People who do tokenism are absolutely aware of systemic social disparities, but they are in no way doing something against it. They are keeping it up. They are aware that they are privileged white male people, mostly, and they want it to be that way and stay that way. They want to silence minorities by giving them fake representation in fields which are randomly chosen by those white people, and they tell them it's a privilege to represent their group in their movie, in their place, wherever they are, in their job. But at the same time, they just keep them to rise the numbers of so-called representation, so they can gaslight everybody which wants to do real integration, real participation, by telling them, oh, we had 5 black actors, we had 5 Latin actors, we had 5 women in our movie or in our organization. They are represented now, so shut up. So it's the worst thing, being aware of the disparities, wanting to do nothing against the disparities, wanting to keep up your white male privilege, and silence the minorities, gaslight the minorities by a fake representation which you are controlling. You can kick those people out anytime, you can kick those tokens out of your company, of your movie, of whatever. Anytime you are in control, you are the white male executive, and this is tokenism, this is abuse, this is next to slavery, because you can actually define how much you pay the black actor for the privilege of being a black actor in a white movie made by white executives. You are abusing those disparities, you exactly know about it. Abusing people of minorities. Continue the abuse of people of minorities, and you call that social awareness and participation, and yeah, you call that woke. You call that type of abuse woke, so much that even Merriam-Webster is now spreading this definition of woke because it became mainstream. So you ruined the term even together with the whole other thing. So if you do tokenism as a white executive of a company, hiring people of minorities or women just for silencing them and make sure real participation in society does not happen, then you are the worst. You are even worse than an open racist, because you hide it. And you silence your critics from all sides with, oh, we have representation. We hired them. We pay them. We made them our tokens. They protect us from any critics as long as we pleased, as long as we decide to keep them as a shield against critics. We abuse them, we use them, we break fundamental human rights. But yes, oh yes, we are socially aware. We have lots of papers telling us that we are good. We wrote the papers ourselves, but that means nothing because we know we are good. We are the good guys, and you critics, you are the racists, you are the bad guys. You are the social justice warriors, you are the wokenism warriors. And we are the good guys because we randomly hired some people of color, put them in positions where we can fire them at any second. And we will fire them as soon as the newspaper stopped looking at us. But we are the good guys. That's what you do with tokenism. You define yourself as the good guys by continuing abuse, by continuing slavery. Because what is a black person you hired into a position you don't need in your organization, so you can fire that person at any second? And you expect that person to do representation for black people in your organization to your white rules, to your white definitions of representation. And you tell them on the day one, we will fire you if you don't do what we tell you. This is the worst, racist, fake abuse of human beings you could ever do. And you know it. You absolutely know it. And you also know that we, the white men, are not the majority of the global population. So we have two possibilities. Continue oppression with gaslighting, with lying, with the money we accumulated, with divide et impera, split the minorities into smallest groups possible, let them fight each other. Or we can accept them as humans, as our fellow human beings, as the ones we have to work together with to continue living on this planet. And yes, we have to accept that they may be in charge. Because they may one day sign our paychecks. But that is not a problem. If we have treated them well before, they will treat us well too. If we treat them like shit, what do you expect to get back? So it's simple and easy. Treat your fellow humans as humans according to the Human Rights Charter of the United Nations and according to the Golden Rule you find in the Vedic texts, in Buddhism, in Christianity, wherever you look. Because the Golden Rule just says you get back what you did to other people. So do them good things, you will get back good things. And this is how things work. And keeping up white privilege on an artificial base has to crumble one day, has to explode one day. While treating people as fellow humans does not explode, does not fire back, does not backfire in your face. Because in long term at least you get what you do to others. You get it back. Yeah. I can repeat it again and again and again. Because facts are facts. Treat your fellow humans as humans. You have guidelines in your religion, you have guidelines in the United Nations Charter, you have guidelines in your brain as a social, or at least socially capable human being. If you are not a sociopath. Follow the guidelines. And to be honest, I don't even know any black people personally here in Switzerland. I meet some in the streets. I had a girlfriend from Cameroon once. But I have no close contact to black people. Only occasional contact to people of color in the streets, in the bus. But I have to say, when the bus is full, who is taking his bag away from the seat to let me sit? Very often one of the black people in the bus. Much more often than the white people. Just saying. They treat me well. I can't complain. But I have to give it back. Yes, this became fairly long. I think I will put it up because I trust in the algorithm. Nobody will see this video. But if somebody happens to see this video and even happens to follow to the end, first of all, thank you. It's a sign of respect. And second of all, maybe it helps, but I am very aware that the people which I had to address will not watch this. They stopped at the beginning at the sentence "I am woke", because they have the Fox News definition of the term woke in their brain, and they stick to it. Thank you. Farewell.